Salvete iterum. Here we are again. We're picking up pretty much where we left off. So last time we finished with almost the end of Intermis 2. We're going to look at that now and then move on to Epistula Cephali. So we left off with Dumnorix. Obtulit paculum cum veneno cephalo, et cephalus non erat laetus. In fact, Dumnorix says, Facula est nobis verum cognoscere, ubeo te poculum haurire. Haurire, what a good word to like drink all the way up, to drain down. And then he asks using num. Remember, we've got none, which expects a yes, num, which expects a no, and ne, that goes on the end of the first word that's just, is it a yes-no question? So this is a num, surely not. Num aquam biberet times. In other words, if Cog could drink it, why can't you? Ah, Dumnorix. So Cephalus noluit poculum haurire et ad genua. What a good word. The word genuflect comes from that, to kneel before someone. So ad genua Cephalus procubuit, ad genua regis. So he's down on his knees, but he's also in front of the genua regis. Et rex emotus stabat. Et ceteri principes libertum, referring to Cephalum, frustra resistentem prensaverunt. So imagine principes here and principes here. Prensaverunt Cephalum. Et Cephalus resistebat, said Cephalus a principus, oops, said that wrong, Cephalus a principibus coactus, from cogo, cogere, coegi, coactus, we get compel from that word, or to force. Cephalus a principibus coactus. So what part of speech is that? Think to yourself, think to yourself. It's happening before the action. He was having been forced, so it's perfect, but it's happening to him, so it's passive. We've got a perfect passive participle. Cephalus a principibus coactus venenum hausit. Perfect tense of haurire. Et denda vehementer tremens gemitum ingentum dadit et mortuus procubuit. Eho nunc Cephalus est mortuus. We got to think, how do we feel about this? Did he want to kill the king? Why was he trying to kill the king? What happened here? Who passed the buck to him? Ah, memor haruspex rogavit Cephalum necare cogadubnum. But who asked memor? Salvius rogavit memorem necare Cephalum. Nope. Salvius rogavit memorem necare cogadumnum. Not to kill Cephalus. But what did Memor do? He passed the buck down to his freedman, Cephalus. And who's taking the blame now? Cephalus. That being said, is he entirely innocent? Well, no, he's not a slave. He's not totally being compelled to act like this. And number two, I can count, 1, 2. Number two, he's the one that had the idea for the poculum venenum. So he's not in a good position. He has previous to now kind of acted halfway decently, but nunc est mortuus. He takes the fall. What happens next? What happens next is we're going to look at Epistula Cephali. So we're going to look at the first several lines together. You're going to have some questions to answer about this in Google Classroom, but we'll just get started so we make sure we're all on the same page. So Epistula Cephali, first of all, what case is Cephali? Think to yourself, think to yourself. Check a chart. I sent you home with charts. Think to yourself. Hopefully you came up with genitive. So how do we translate a genitive? of somebody or somebody's. So this is Cephalus's letter, or the letter of Cephalus. So, postquam Cephalus perit, nunc Cephalus est mortuus, we saw it in the picture. Servus eius. Ah, Cephalus this Libertus had his own servus. How nice for him. Servus eius regi epistulum tradidit. Ah, so servus venit, dated epistulum regi, et epistula a Cephalo ipso scriptam est. So we've got scriptam there all by itself, used as a what kind of participle? Think to yourself. Think to yourself. And I put it into the passive voice with a form of to be. Epistula scripta est a Cephalo. The letter was written by Cephalus. What's that ipso doing there? Ipso from ipse is an intensifier, so it's just like Cephalus himself, not somebody else. We're being very specific about that. So the following things in quotation marks are supposedly what is written in the letter. So most of this story is the contents of this letter, scripta a Cephalo. He says, Rex cogadub ne. Ooh, ne. Case review. What case is cogadub ne? Remember, he's directly addressing him. You are correct. It is the vocative. He says, in maximo periculo es. Okay, what's the point of writing a letter and saying that if you're the one that ended up giving him the venenum? We got to think about this. He says, memor insanit, i.e., memor est insanus. Memor mortem tuam cupit. Put my little cursor up here, you see where we are. There we go. Ah, ergo memor valuit cogadubnum esse mortuum. He even goes on, passing the buck up. Usit me rem efficere. Efficere, like facere, in other words. He says that memor usit me facere hoc, i.e. memor usit me necare cogadubnum. And he says, ego invitus, i.e. non-valui. Ego invitus memori parui. Ooh, what's that word? We don't have it now. It's definitely been recent. From pareo parere parui, to obey. And let's look at the case of that memori. Looks dative to me. So he even realizes this is kind of a weird letter to write, and says, fortasse mihi non credis. He knows he's going to have to do some convincing here. Sed totam rem tibi narrare velem. Does he really? Remembering that velem is subjunctive, happens to be form of volo. It's just sort of a I would like as opposed to I want. He tries to explain. We've got to think, do we believe him? Don't we believe him? Why or why not? He says, ubi tu ad has thermas ad venisti remedium quaerens. Ooh, we've got an ns on the end of that pretty word. Ns means nominative singular, modifying back to tu. What kind of participle is that? How do we translate it? Think about it. Memor me ad villam suam quam calerame. Remember, quam plus a superlative as blank as possible. Quam calerame arcesivit. If I wanted somebody to do something for me and I were the boss, I would arceso or arcesere them. Be like, hey, come here, come here. He goes on to say, villam ingressus, memorem per territum inveni. So notice the subject of inveni is ego. So the subject of ingress, or the word that ingressus is modifying, is also going to be ego, i.e. referring back to Cephalus. So Cephalus is saying, oh, attonitas eram. numquam memoram adeo per territum videram. So he's describing memor as feeling how. He goes on to say, memor mihi inquit. Remember how they like to break that up, but then we get our dialogue. Imperator mortem cogadubni cupit, ubio te hanc rem administrare. So far, this is covering some of the facts. We're going to scroll down a little bit. Ubeo te venenem parare. Are we sure about that? What did he actually order? He wasn't quite that specific, but in the end, it's kind of similar. Tibi necesse est eam interficere. Cogadumnus enim est homo ingeni pravi. How is he describing cogadumnus? Do we agree with that? What evidence do we have for that? So basically, thus far, we can tell that what is Cephalus trying to do as far as explaining what happened? And why would he have written this letter? He's dead, right? Cephalus est mortuus. So maybe, what do you think he was hoping? Maybe he thought, I'm going to do something bad, but maybe we can avoid the bad thing really happening, and then this letter will be written, and I can try and avoid taking the blame, something like that. Think to yourself, why would he have written this? What you're going to be doing is answering those written questions, so think beyond just what does it actually say, but why would somebody be saying these things? Try to be thinking about their intentions. And let me know if you have any questions. That assignment will be turned in on Google Classroom. And feel free to give me any feedback on how these are going. I hope to talk to you live sometime in the coming week. Bye. Valete.